Mahabharata, there is a mention of a king called Rantideva. And when gods tested him to check whether he is truly there for his people, there were floods, famines, there were droughts, people had no food to eat, no water to drink. Even in those circumstances, the king did everything. He opened his granary, treasury to support the poor. And finally, he did tapas to please the gods, to bless the country. And towards the last day of his tapas also, as he was finishing it, he only had a morsel of food to eat. And just when he was about to put the food in his mouth, somebody came hungry and he gave that food away. When he was about to drink the water that he had with him, even then, these gods tested him in different ways. They came and asked for water, he gave that also away. And that's when the gods were pleased with his devotion, with his service to all as the king of the country. And then Sri Narayana asked him, "What is that you desire for? I'm very pleased with your service to the people, your sacrifice." And one shloka is there which describes what this king Rantideva asked. And I think that should become the shloka for all people, not just the kings and the leaders, whether the political or social leaders, but for every human being. This shloka should be the guiding light. It says, "Natvaham kamaye rajyam, na moksham na punarabhavam, kamaye dukkhataptanam, praninam artinashanam." It means, I do not desire for kingdom. I have no desire to attain heavens after this life, nor I have desire for attaining moksha. All I seek from you is give me the strength to wipe away the tears of those who suffer. This prayer should be the guiding light, according to me, for all people born on this earth. And if you are in a position where you can do much more for the people, then all the more this prayer should become your guiding thought. And this country has been blessed to have kings like Rantideva, who have stood for their people, fought for their people, worked for their people, even at their own inconvenience, even when their life was at stake, they only thought about the welfare of others. And that is why we say there are three things. One is duty without love. You simply do duty because you're being paid, you don't like the job, you drag yourself to the office or wherever and just do something, but there is no love in your duty, it's a burden. So you don't do it well. The second one is duty with love. You do it with love, whatever has been given to you as a part of your duty. You have been given a post, you have been given a job, you must perform your duties and do it with love. That is the better thing to do. But greater than all the two is love without duty. When you simply exist to love, and duty happens in that process. You love people, so you want to serve people. Now you can serve them as teachers, doctors, leaders, in whichever way. That becomes a part of your life. So the people who are selfish, who are self-centered, they only think of duty at best with love. If not love, or if not duty without love, they just do duty with love. So they're not bad, they're not good, I would say. But the best people are those who are here to love. And in that process, everything else happens. When I go around the world, they ask, how is it all possible? All this you're doing, you don't take any money from anyone, you don't charge a fee. How are you running super specialty hospitals, colleges, universities, schools, Annapurna breakfast, all these services? Who does it? How do you do it? I say, I do not do anything. I just love, and love does everything. Because love is my power, and whoever has that love for all, they have that power of God with them. They have all the powers at their disposal. They can achieve anything if they set their mind to achieving that. And that is the power of love. And I keep telling love is the most powerful force on earth. Yet it is so subtle, so sweet, so soft. It's not hard power, it is soft power. You love, and through love you transform hearts. You transform people. You do good to so many people. And you never feel it is a burden. Not for a day that this is a burden. And that is the way of all the people should be. Our scriptures pray. Let everybody have happiness. Swasti prajabhya paripalayantam nyayena margena mahi mahisha Go Brahmanebhya Shubhamastu Nityam Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Let good happen to everyone. Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam. Those who nourish, nurture, protect their people, let good happen to them. Let good happen to our good leaders. Nyayena Margena Mahi Mahisha. Let them walk on the path of justice. This is the way world should be, to bring equality, to bring justice. No discrimination for all. That is the message of Baba. That is our work, that is our message. Nyayena Margena. Nyaya means justice, fairness, equality for all. No discrimination. Go Brahmanebhya Shubhamastu Nityam. Let good happen. Go means not just cows. Go means all the beings, all the animals, to everybody. And Brahmana means Brahma Janati iti Brahmana, it is said. The one who knows Brahman, the one who knows the truth, the one who knows the reality of all. That person alone is a man of wisdom. Such a person is Brahmana. Let good happen to people who know this truth, that we are all one, we are all divine. And in that truth they live, in that truth they revel, and through that truth they work for all, for universal, for everybody's welfare. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Let everybody be happy. All the people in all the worlds be happy. Tell me one other place, one other country where such a prayer has happened. My people should be happy, my village should be happy, my country should be happy at best. Everybody be happy. Friends, enemies be happy. Let good and bad people be happy. Let friends and foes be happy. Let known and not known people be happy. Let poor and rich be happy. Let learned and unlearned be happy. Who says, who prays like this other than in India, other than in our culture? But that is the beauty and universality of our culture. And I'm so glad that this culture is spreading to young and old, slowly but gradually. When I go around the world, I tell them, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is our thought process. We are all one world, one family, and that is why we work together for everybody's welfare. And we need more and more people to join forces and work with us, so that more people can get benefited. In Kolar, the campus is called Krishna Niketanam it's called. Krishna means Satyabhama, this is, not the Lord Krishna. Krishna's wife Satyabhama, who was also dark complexioned. So she was also Krishna. And the idea was that somehow when this campus topic came up, it occurred to me that it has to be named after Satyabhama, who is wife of Lord Krishna. But why is Satyabhama's connection to Kolar? How these two are connected? But somehow intuitively I knew it has to be something, and we have to build slowly a temple of Satyabhama, Mother Satyabhama, we have to build. So when we went to see the land for Bhumi Puja, Narasimhamurthy Garu took me to one corner and told, from here there is a huge lake, Ramasagara Lake. Ramasagara is a huge lake. By its side is our campus, it's beautiful. So when we went there and stood there, there was an old temple which was closed. So I asked our Narasimhamurthy, whose temple is this? Go and check. They said, we do not know, we can't, there is no pujari there, so we do not know. Then I told our boys, get out of the car and go and check. And then they saw that was the temple of Krishna and his wives. So there has to be Rukmani and Satyabhama. So that is the Satyabhama's place. So then I found out that this is a place where Satyabhama had meditated to win over Lord Krishna as her husband. So that is how this whole place has this idea. Otherwise, where you will find Krishna and Satyabhama temple in a Kolar district? No, but Satyabhama's presence is there in South India. Even Puttaparthi, the first temple that was built, was Satyabhama temple. She appeared in the dream of the grandfather of Baba and told, I have no place to live, please provide me with a place. And because of the dream, the Satyabhama temple was built. That is still there in Puttaparthi. So Satyabhama was there in this area, and she has been kind of moving or meditating, and that is the reason why in Kolar also when we went, and when we went there, I heard the sounds of anklets. So those were Satyabhama's anklets, which were to confirm that, this place is blessed and you have come to the right place, and that is why it's girls' campus, because, Satyabhama as a mother, she would look after them, is my hope and faith. So this is how each of these campuses have come up. Each of them are divinely ordained, divinely designed, and divinely driven. Anybody says that you do it or he does it or she does it, it's not truly true. Yes, through them it is being done. But really the doer is that one divine love. That divinity which is nothing but pure love expresses itself in so many ways. And one of the ways is to serve the people who are suffering, who are poor. But one request to all of you children is that Once you study and graduate, you should have only one thought: how can I do love without duty? I don't do things because I was told to do things. I don't do things because I have a debt of gratitude to pay. I don't do things because I have received so much, so I have to return also to the society. No, I simply do it because that is the way to live in this world. We simply love. And that everything happens in that love. That is the idea of divinity, and each one of us should realize this idea in their own lives. Wherever you are, whatever you do, you simply love. Love selflessly, and you see everything will come to you. This is just 10 years of work. Nobody believes. 25,000 surgeries in there. All heart surgeries for children. Mumbai also, they were so happy, all the staff. They were so excited to do good work. They said they don't realize the time. They're always happy. That's what I'm saying. When you love, you don't feel the burden of doing anything. Everything becomes effortless, seamless, natural and spontaneous. You don't feel the burden. So I don't feel the burden of loving. Therefore, I don't feel the burden of serving. So all the time I'm available doing whatever is required. Every one of us becomes like this. Imagine we will change the whole world. That is what he's saying. The poorest of the children, they cannot afford anything. The only thing they can do is to die. Nothing else is in their control. Those parents are received with so much of love like family. They never feel that they have come to a hospital. They never get worried. No charge. The parents are given food, accommodation free. The children are given complete surgery free, and after that medication, post-op checkups, everything is free. In the beginning, people were mocking that this is not doable. Today we have gone into such an organization, and I was telling, I take great strength from Mahatma Gandhiji's quote. First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, and then you win. So that is how it is our story too. In 10 years, first 2-3 years went ignoring, next laughing, mocking, fighting, and finally we win. That's not our win. That is the win of victory of the pure love. And as long as we are capable of loving purely and selflessly, no force on this earth can come in our way. This will simply grow and grow and grow to embrace and encompass more and more people, because that is the power of love. It's not religion, it's not sorcery, it's not some magic. It is pure love at work. And that is why it will keep happening. Now, as I walk across and I see these children, I feel so happy. I feel this is manifestation of love. And what we are doing for these families, those who come from such difficult backgrounds, we are transforming their life once for all. We are breaking generational cycles of poverty. And we are uplifting them and putting them in this equal pedestal as anybody else who is born with greater opportunities. That is the power of love. What it cannot do is the question. It can do anything and everything. Having said that, one small tip for our research wing here also, because that was the Research Foundation's anniversary. And the one thought that came out is, how, of course, research is happening in genetics, epigenetics, all that. How to finding the cause of congenital heart disease is the main theme, so that we prevent it from happening. Otherwise, however hospital we build, it's not possible to treat every child. Still children are dying every year. We cannot help it because we don't have enough facilities. But preventing is the better solution, and that is what the discussion was all about. And one thing they said was, it's important that the clinicians and the researchers talk to each other. Most of our hospitals, the clinicians, the doctors are super busy doing the work. They have no time to do any research. And even if you put researchers in the hospital, they have no time to interact with each other. They're so burdened with workload, they have no time to sit down and think. So please, in our medical school, because it's not just a hospital, it's a college, it's an academic institution, make sure that research is an integral part of our clinical work, because that is where we can solve more problems easily. We cannot go on doing surgeries day after day. That is, of course, we'll do as much. But if more people fall sick, then how are we going to help? So a lot of research thrust should be there in the medical college, which has to be the way it should be. But all the more important that all the clinical staff must participate in the research, and that is what, and that too not just departmental, but interdepartmental, interdisciplinary research. With our Vedic students, do research. Chanting of Vedas can soothe people's nerves, can bring down their worries. In fact, one of the doctors who presented during the research conference said that when he worked in one of the corporate hospitals where he also did pediatric heart surgeries, versus when he worked in our setup, he found that the requirement for painkiller was much, much lesser for the children. But he could not empirically document it and produce a paper. But had he done that, definitely there was a proof that a better environment where there is more peace, more faith, more calmness, and no anxiety and worries, parents are happy. In such an environment, it is possible to reduce the medication for the patients. And just the environment itself helps the patients get better without too much of medication. So these are the things that we should document and research. Even here we should research this, how it is helping patients become better without much of medical intervention because of the kind of environment, the culture of kindness, love, and compassion that exists in the system. So there are many possibilities. Please focus on the research, that's all I'm saying. And I also mentioned the first research started with the first question that the human asked. Aitreya Upanishad says, right, after the Brahman was there, he thought nobody knows me, he became Ishvara. From there came the great Virata. He created Apa, Sambha, Marichi, Mara, all the elements. From there he created a being. First he created like a cow, nobody liked it, then like horse, nobody liked it, then a human form, everybody liked it. He created all the senses, eyes, ears, nose, and things like that, and the deities which will occupy these senses. He created hunger and thirst in that first primordial being, Purusha. And then he asked, all these are there, hunger is there, thirst is there, devatas are there, indriyas are there. But who am I and where am I to reside? That time the question Kohamiti is mentioned in Aitreya Upanishad. That is the first question ever asked soon after creation. When the Jivatma came in, separated from the Paramatma, the first question the Jivatma asked is, all this is fine, but who am I? Where do I fit into this whole scheme of things? And then the answer came, Prajnanam. I am the consciousness, Prajnanam Brahma. That is from Aitreya Upanishad. So that was the realization of the first being. And he entered through Brahmarandra, that now they call from that Vidruti. And then from there he went and occupied the heart of this being. That's why when we point, where are you? Or who are, I'm here, we put our hand on the heart. We don't put it on our nose, ears, head, knees. Where are you? I'm here. Automatically we know, instinctively we know that this is who we are and we are here, we belong here. So the idea is that research that started with the first inquiry, Kohamiti, and answer was ultimately Prajnana Brahma or Sohamiti, whatever, that I am that. Tattvamasi, Prajnanam Brahma, Atma Brahma, Am Brahmasmi, all these Mahavakyas were the answers to that one primordial question, who am I? So questioning is important, but questioning with the spirit of inquiry, not idle curiosity. Simply to bother your teachers, bother your annas, akkas, keep questioning something or the other, or waste time in the class. That's not the questioning you want. Questioning with sincere approach to learn, jignasu, that jignasa should be their curiosity. So curiosity is common to children, it is a natural instinct for them. Keep this curiosity alive in the children. And when the child asks a question, howsoever silly it may be for you, for that child it is not silly. I always say there are no silly questions, there could be silly answers. There are no silly questions because for that person that question is important, he does or she does not know. So that is also part of our research mentality, the thinking, the curiosity. In India, Indians, curiosity is a genetic habit. It is there in our genes. We were so curious. That's why we gained so much of knowledge. Look at the advancement in the knowledge systems that we had thousands of years ago. Who told us to do all that? Nobody told us from within. Ayurveda, Vastu Shastras, Shilpa Shastras, name it, Dharma Shastras are there. Name any Shastra, it is available. From the silliest, how to, that's 64 colors and all you had presented. So all I'm trying to say is that this Indian knowledge system was so rich because of our curiosity. We all wanted to know the truth. And the highest truth was, we are that one Brahman, one Atman. That was the highest truth that our sages realized. So I wish you all that as education system, all teachers perform their duties. They should all perform love without duty. They should go every day to schools, hospitals, colleges to love. In that love, all the duty should happen. That is the first thing for the teachers. And students also should go to love. Love in the sense, love their subject, love the idea of learning more, love the idea of gaining knowledge. They should also love what they are doing. So also love sports, love arts, love culture, whatever they are learning. So many of our teachers will also get to learn new things by teaching the students. Perform your love without duty and keep the curiosity alive in you, the child alive in you and in all the children here. Let's learn new things. Ano Badra Kritvo Yantu Vishwataha. Let good thoughts come to me from all directions, says Veda. Let us learn from everyone without hesitating.